All right, ladies. I think it is time for us to get things underway. Hello, everybody. I will get this chair out behind me because it looks ugly. Alrighty. We are going to get started, and today I decided to put on the menu some Ruy Lopez. There was a request or two on YouTube, I believe, that I do a Ruy Lopez session on miniatures, and so that's what we are going to do. My choices are completely random and arbitrary, so they are not representative of anything at all. It is simply just me finding games that look cool on the surface, and then sometimes we get disappointed, and sometimes we get very, very entertained. So, yeah. Always good to see you looking as sexy as ever. Thank you so much, senor. Or madame, rather. Hopefully, madame. That is the very idea. Alright, let's kick off with Solozenkin against Kachev. A slightly controversial figure in the chess world. The little girl is not quite little anymore, and she's doing great, thank you. She's turning 12 very soon. Alright, let's go. So, Ruy Lopez on the menu, and it is going to be... who knows the name of this variation, ladies? In the chat and or on YouTube. Oh, all caps comes in Big Z. Arhangelsk, indeed, incorrectly known as the Archangel. Well, I don't know if it's incorrect, but I like the Russian way of saying it because that's the origin, and I like to sound remotely authentic. So, this is indeed the Archangel Arhangelsk. And knight takes e5 is played, which is a common motif when there's a bishop on c5, of course, with the d4 for Carino. Nothing better than to accept it. And also nothing better than to welcome Brazy, d4. Okay, what's black's best here, ladies? So no black best move. Okay, I'll take that. Sound of Silence, great song, great song. So best move here is definitely taking the d4 pawn. Bishop d6 here is not that great because after takes c5, bishop takes e5. I think it's f4 and then e5, and then we're getting burnt. Big time. So we actually need to give up the bishop here, but this is no biggie. The trick is, this looks like black is about to collapse, right? Because we lost the two bishops, the center is loose, everything is looking bad. But there is one thing that goes for us here, and that is the fact that after d6 we are threatening c5, c4. And that kind of straightens things out quite well for black. Because if white plays something like c3 per game, then all of a sudden, after either c5 immediately or bishop b7, now black is really pulling ahead in development. Bishop g5. What do we do? What do we do? We do nothing. Okay. That's fair. By the way, can I ask someone to check... yeah, exactly. Castles. Well done. Can someone please check for me if YouTube is on? Casual dad in the house. Yay. Very good. Very good. Black has more holes than Scotland's Euro team defense. I'd strongly disagree with that. Bishop takes e4 would lose a piece to bishop takes f6. So let's not go there. Thank you, casual. H3. H6. Very logical. Bishop takes, queen takes. And now we see the problem for white, excuse me. And that is that they somehow couldn't quite catch up in development. And as a result of that, there is a bit of a struggle city going on now. F4. Very bold. Just like the YouTuber and the streamer. Knight d7. And now we see really and truly what the issue is. After trade, the e4 pawn is a little bit loose. And obviously after e5, take knight e4. Although there is a bit of a pressure here. But Black's commanding lead in development will be the decisive factor. So, they played e5. That's interesting. What would you do here, guys? This is getting sharp. Do we take? Do we not take? If we do not take, where do we go? C5, damn the torpedoes. If only I spoke that lingo, but I think after C5, take, I will pick off a bit too much. Svinicius, number 2, Svinicius. That's either a Latin name or you are from Lithuania. Tell me which one it is. Queen g6 by far appears to be the most appealing move because it creates this pleasant threat, right? Well, the white loss is still a little bit further away, but let's see. Latin name, thought so. Professor Engau! Welcome in, brother. I texted you or messaged you on Discord. Okay, what now? This is where things gonna get real sharp real quick. Good, good. Tennis is the best excuse for not being present. I take it that in that case your back is alright. Great news. We have got a rook a8, which is interesting. Oh, Twitcha, the pimpies. How are you going, buddy? Long time no see. How is Oscar going, buddy? I'll take rook a8, but I would much rather put the rook on e8, because that is the file that I anticipate to open up, not the d1. Yeah, I do, Brazy. I do. So rook a8 is actually a very attractive idea in my mind for black. But there is a slightly better move than that here available for black. Any other ideas other than bringing the rook to some square? Oh, good, says the pimpy. That's good to hear, buddy. That is very good to hear. C5 hangs d6, right? So that's perhaps a little bit too hasty. The irony is that the square is correct, guys. You just got the piece wrong. It's knight c5. And to contradict what I just said and to prove Casual Dad correct, the reason why this is a wise move is because if they take on d6, then you pick off the bishop, and then, but only then, you play rook d8. We don't want to take back with the pawn because that would damage the pawn structure, split the pawns apart. No, no, no. We want to take back with the heavies. What makes this line a little bit mind-boggling and complicated is the fact that there is queen a7 here, which seems to pester a lot of things very annoyingly, but the quite surprising countermeasure bishop c8 proves that black is fine here. Wow, that is a pretty cool line. Let's say queen c7, I guess ooh, if I take they might have f5. So I either take bishop h3 here, or rook d7, rook d6. Oh, what's on the agenda? That's a fair question because I always forget to update the Twitch title. This is, my friend, a Spanish miniatures masterclass. I added the correct title on YouTube, but not here. So yeah, this was interesting. Instead, the opponent played bishop c2. Yeah, I think that line is correct, Z-Nation, yeah. And what do we do now, ladies? Where does the queen go, goes the question. Only one good move for black, so no pressure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Queen g3 is a very snug square for the queen on g3. Cannot be kicked, and it's putting a lot of pressure in various directions, so this is looking real sexy. e6 played, and this was the point where things escalated rapidly out of control for white. What to do now? What to do now? Casual Dad is very trigger happy to pull the trigger on bishop takes g2, but I don't see what we have after rook g2, queen e1, king h2. If we play any rook move to e8, which I'm not necessarily opposing, by the way, then we are forcing white to play the move that they want to play. And in general, I am against that. Yeah, so this just forces white to develop the knight, bring the rook in, allow white to then kick the queen. Our knight is still hanging. It's tempting as long as you don't look at, okay, but what do they do in response? And once you find that, you go like, well, let's give that one a red hot miss. Knight e4. That's not that blunder piece, Mr. Tapir Knight. Oh, we all feel like that, Big Z. Yeah, of course it is knight e6. We need to score a big fat tempo on this queen, and we need to remove the knight from hanging. And also, now we are redirecting the knight toward the king's side, where it's going to be a meaningful customer. Now, in this position, white has about 3 acceptable queen moves. Queen d3, queen d1, and queen d2. Just out of curiosity, if you were white, which one would you go with? And if you could add a reason to why, that would make your answer all the better. I'm getting queen d3s mostly, but no one gives me a reason. Yeah, if I were white, I would have dribbled my pieces. Fair enough. Yeah, so queen d3 is best because it forces the queen trade, since it's a cheeky mate threat down on h7. The Grandmaster played none of the above. Tapir Knight, unfortunately, the answer remains a no. Like, I don't understand how this is not losing a piece. Like, rook e8, I can go queen anywhere, no? Like, what? Game over. So, yeah, let's not do that. Yeah, so take knight e6. And here came queen e5. What's wrong with queen e5? Nah, boys, you need to keep up. Now, I'm happy to go back, but I keep on going back to the same dead lost idea. It's a bit counterproductive. Like, you had a check and then I block it and then we resign. So let's not go back there. Alright, so what's wrong with queen e5? Let's focus on the real deal. Now we take on d6, then I think they might slip away with queen f5, queen g4. Big Z coming in with the ultimate answers. The ultimate answers. What's wrong is that it was played, we are on the black side of the board, so something is amiss. Something is afoot. And when something is afoot, we want to exploit it. Fair enough. Who am I to argue with such reasoning? Hey Jazz, hey. Why do you want g5? Because you are a vicious, violent, uncontrollable human. Why fair to realize they're not the main character? Yeah, they were cast for the wrong role, eh? Knight f4 loses a piece for nothing against queen, yeah? Rook a8. By the way, it's very... I find this extremely compelling that I present it to you. I didn't even say that queen e5 was a blunder, which it is. I just told you that they didn't play any of these great moves. And because I didn't announce directly black to move and win, the responses that I'm getting are matching the tone of my question. Right? Because if I had told you that queen e5 was a blunder and black has an absolutely brilliant strike here, the answers I would get would be vastly different, I think. By the way, rook a8 is still on the aggressive side of things. But queen f5 is always a problem with the mate, and queen g4 sort of neutralizing and diffusing the situation. And along comes Malcolm Tucker, and he goes, "Your turn, baby." And ladies and gents, that's how quickly it can go. That's it, game over. White resigned. Because they didn't play as good a chess as Rengar would have, who would have had these pieces out. And all of a sudden, knight h3 is a threat. The pawn is pinned to the queen, which is the main idea. And by the way, dual threat because knight f3 is threatened too. Not, believe it or not, the engine's best move here is queen g7. Kid you not. That's how dead lost this got in just one split second. Not bad, eh? Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, I reckon that was a nice warm-up. And we are going to move on to my next game. And we are going to continue with this interesting character called Vladislav Tkachev. Kez, thank you for the follow, buddy. But yeah, I thought that this was a nice intro into the Arhangelsky. So now, an all-French encounter, if my chess base were so kind to collaborate and actually bring up the file, which is a recurring problem. Carvalma, indeed, welcome in. I didn't realize that you were a newcomer too. Okay, Chessbase managed to load the game I asked for in exactly half an hour, so great job there, guys. Shout out to Chessbase, the only German product that never works. I can't think for the life of me of another example of German engineering that is such a catastrophe. That's what being in a monopole situation gets you, by the way. Alright. I didn't even know that Stihl was a German company. Wow. Okay. Are they really not that good, the new ones you're saying? I will have to Google you on this one, buddy. I should didn't know better than Googling on Tindy, but yeah. Now, nothing is funnier than when you Google something and you still don't know the answer. That's when you know that you're doing something wrong. Okay, I give up. Oh no! I just found it, Wikipedia. Andreas Stihl. Okay, fair enough. That sounds very German. Right, okay, so back to the game. This time around, Kachev is in the black trunks again. And his opponent is another French GM, Romain Edouard. And the opening, I think, is gonna be, this time round, a really, really weird Spanish. This early knight a5 thing. It actually has become quite popular lately. Yeah. But ugly is what it is. But the thing is that a lot of players get very tempted to go in for this bishop f7, king f7, knight e5 line. And it's really not that great. It's a gambit that would fit the bill as far as me presenting miniatures. And I'm sure that after king e7, d4, queen e8, which are best moves, I would find a fair few. But, yeah. It's not it. Castles is meant to be best here, simply accepting the fact that the bishop is a corner, but black has played a few too many moves in order to obtain the bishop pair. Castles played in the game. Whoa, that was a louder thing. I think that was a YouTube sub, hopefully. Knight c3 is playable too. I think very often they transpose. But rook e1 is, as you can see, unfortunately I copied everything across with the analysis from Chessbase, is not the greatest. So here you need to play d4. And the idea is, who can tell me why we are not losing a piece here? Santa! Indeed, funny animated dream. That is Santa, baby. Excuse me, I need to stuff my face. Oh! So it was Bader YH. I hope that you were a YouTube sub. And yes, bishop d5. Just because it's hanging, it doesn't mean we got to move it. Remember this, folks. That is the mantra. Okay. So, rook e1, a bit meh. Knight f6. Surely d4. Yep. And knight d7. Can I somehow kill the analysis? Hide all annotations. Let's see what happens then. The current one is still on, but let's see. Why is this a blunder, ladies? This is actually really bad. So obviously if you play DE, they are going to play knight b3 to avoid the catastrophe with bishop f7. Let me play this out because this is very relevant. So after DE, the idea is that if we take back, good job at hiding annotations, by the way, Mr. Streamer. Then comes bishop takes f7, and we pick off, oopsie, the mouse slip. We pick off the rook. No, we don't. It is knight g5, actually. Or even knight e5, I'm being a potato. Yeah. Hello? Queen d5 is actually a mistake. Because our queen is gonna get trapped. That's sexy stuff. Oh boy. Knight b6, bishop c5, and or knight c6 even. Hello, queen a7, knight c6. I didn't even check this line before I uploaded the game, so we learn as we go. Yeah, nah, either knight check is actually completely winning, and then queen h5. But hello, Filet. The idea was that after d, they play knight takes b3. Z-Nation, not in the foreseeable future, buddy. I'm gonna go down, actually, and I'm gonna work on a very, 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 very beginner course on e4, and then, yeah, the whole shebang again. So, there's a fair bit to consider here. Are we taking this? Are we taking this? Are we taking this? Are we, yeah, doing anything weird at all? Or anything normal at all, for that matter? Speaking of London, that is definitely not how you want to start a sentence. Oh, speaking of London, that's how you know that you are in the wrong conversation and it's going to take an even worse turn. That's when you go like, no, I sat down at the wrong table at the pub. Next. That's not what lovely, gorgeous, womanhood ladies talk about. Woohoo, baby! A year and a half in the jungle. That's it. Oh, sorry, I just spoke over the voiceover. And Jahakak's in the house too, bloody hell. Ladies! No you did not. Oh my god. I hate this guy. The reverse London. Jesus. Rightio. So, what is our move, ladies? Oh, Sepches says bishop g5. Wow. Take a bow, Sepches. Oh, by the way, guys. New donation goal. Which I haven't added to the stream. Airfare to Singapore. Haha. Guess who wants to go to Singapore to create some content for you? Isn't that what trendy streamers and YouTubers say? By the way? Ooh, we are gonna create content. Okay. Well, I don't want to create content. I want to do something meaningful instead. But yeah, in case you missed the boat, the announcement from FIDE has come. And the World Championship will be hosted in Singapore. The rough dates are the 20th of November until the 16th of December. Yeah, you are not wrong, Casual Dad. You are not wrong at all. Distance is reasonably friendly. It's only an 8.5-hour flight. So by Australian standards, that's next door. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't been officially asked. In fact, I probably will not be officially asked because no one really cares / knows me. Well, a lot of people know me. It's more the former. It's unlikely that I'm going to do official commentary, I wouldn't think. I would love to, but I don't think so. But I would love to be there and do something meaningful. What's the idea here? Let's go back to business. We can talk about Singapore later. I do know Kev, and I wish him the very, very best. And I don't want him to, you know, get me anything on account of me knowing him. By the way, yeah, I know him. We are not necessarily what you would call besties. We met once or twice in life. But Kevin is going to be extremely busy with organizing the event to make it an absolute banger. And I really wish him the absolute best. Now, I want to go there on my own merit, on my own credit, without, you know, having to ask for favors. We'll see. Something is going to hopefully work out. So, there are a lot of questions that we need to account for. The first one is, what happens after f6? And I'm so happy that you asked this question, because this is perhaps the most beautiful line. And this is an ultimate demonstration of what good chess looks like when it is played well. e6 is not going to cut it. Because if I take a1, you will have to take d7. And then I take back. You are right, Tikari, but that networking is part of what people do. But, you know, I like to have that sense of satisfaction that everything I do was earned and worked for. A bit too old school for my own good, I guess. So we definitely want to take this. There's absolutely zero question about that. Because the idea is to blast the heck out of this position, right? And so everything that is not opening files and diagonals is counterintuitive. So we take. And I'm going to be nasty past it and I'm not going to play it out. Here is my question. What do you do if then they take back with the pawn? And be prepared for some royally super sexy chess stuff here. Actually, I chose this game completely blindly without knowing any of these lines. So once again, we just fluked. Happy night for the first time, buddy. You are on the money today. Clearly you have got Chess Principles Reloaded Center, wherein I explain that usually decisive breakthroughs take place on the most protected squares. Booyah! Actually,
Ooshki!
Oh, we just got a 30-second ad. Alright, I'll shut up for Twitch now because they're getting right now an ad fiesta. Well, hello, so good, man, so good, so good. I'm very happy for you. All right, I hope that the ads are over. Anyone can confirm? Oh, jeez, Louise, one more. Sorry, YouTube. You will skip it. Ooh, Tikari with the dono. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Wololo, welcome to the Girthling Club. So, what I was saying was that Tapir Knight has got my course on Centa, where we talk about central breakthroughs, and I also talk about the fact that decisive breakthroughs usually tend to happen on the most protected square. And that is an absolutely marvelous example. So let's go through one by one. Obviously, f takes bishop e7 is the easy bit, right? So that's out. What happens, which is perhaps the sexiest variation, by the way, if they take like so. By the way, this game gives me very strong vibes of Tal Panno. Hands up in the chat if you have seen Tal Panno. That was a similar game where Panno mowed down the entire queen side of Tal's, and literally Tal had one queen to chase the king around with. Yeah, Tal against Oscar Panno, very famous game. I might do a No Die Classics on it now that it just occurred to me. Knight takes e5, that's right. We keep on adding fuel to the fire, ladies. This is how good chess is played. Yip Chain, thank you. Panov. I don't know if my pronunciation is that bad, but it's Panno. It's P-A-N-N-O. Twitch, you speak Spanish, I do not, so I don't know how to pronounce that. Panno. It's not Panov. It's not a Russian guy, he's an Argentinian dude. So yeah, knight takes e5. Pawn is still pinned. If knight takes, that's when the icing on the cake comes. Rook takes e5. And now finally we see again a beautiful motif. Bishop e7, check. And somehow, and this is what I love about these kind of games, by the way, white sacks a lot of pieces and we still have enough to deliver a checkmate. For example, king f8, bishop h6. King g8, and now unfortunately we don't have a g-file check, so we pull the rook back. Note that we are covering the back rank mate. Some call it fluke. Some call it good chess. I'm going with the latter. And now there is nothing to be done against rook g3. Cool beans. If king d7 instead, there comes the very logical follow-up, which is... There are two moves that I would consider here, but unfortunately the one that I would consider first is the wrong one. It's only good for a draw. I don't think that rook d5 is right because it forces bishop d6 and that I don't think we want. Yeah, I very strongly dislike rook d5 actually because it forces black to play moves they want to do. And now the king is going to slip out here. I don't like it. Queen d1, dude, we don't go backwards. That's criminal activity to go queen d1 here. Queen g4 also forces my king here, no? Oh, Tommy Shelby. Oh, man. Remember that Hikaru likes our content, so I cannot read out comments like that in the chat. Bishop takes f6 is the winning move. Thank you for being a genius, Gypsy. I hope it doesn't hurt to be that smart. My favorite move here would be knight c3 because I love the fact that it just hangs everything and it brings a new piece in. The issue is that after here, queen g4 check, queen c6, queen e4, I think. Oh, there's no issue here. We are totally winning this. But after king e8, we only have a perpetual check. What is the difference here? Oh yeah, because I can bounce back and forth, so I don't have to go that way. Right, so... Genius Gypsy, let me point out what you've done because this is so good. So can someone tell me what happens if I take back? What was the big deal here? Why was this move such a genius? Yeah, rook d5. We managed to... I always forget which word it is. Is it decoy or the other one? When we force a piece to the wrong direction. That's a decoy, isn't it? Yeah, it's decoy. And now we win the queen. And in the end, quite amazingly, it turns out we have enough material. No, it's not deviate. It's a decoy. There's another one, but I can't remember what that is. What is the other word when we sack and it forces a piece onto a square? Deflection. Thank you. That was the one I was after. Thank you so much. Someone speaks English here. Not me. Right. So knight e5, rook e5 is a sensational, absolutely sensational idea. Followed by check, followed by bishop f6. This is the only winning move. Only win. So, let's move on to next. What do we do after FG? A little bit of calculation required, not a lot. Yeah, of course we do take d6 to check, but what if after king f7? Well, what will we do after king f7? Hello, Mr. Hockey Chess Dude, aka Charlie. Looking at bishop e7, at which point do you want bishop e7, Brav? Bishop e7, when? Before f6. No, we are not going to do that. And I tell you why. Because it's a kindergarten win for white. We take, and we take. And white is completely winning. But good question. And we should look at that. I'm just being a douchebag because that's something else I'm good at. In fact, bishop e7 is the best move. But when we say the best, this requires white the least amount of creativity, attacking skill, and so on. Looks even. What? Brav. How does this look even? First of all, extra pawn. Second of all, isolated pawn. Like, what? No, it does not look even. It looks like it's time to call it a day. That's what it looks like, yeah? Alright, so, hey, chess girl, by the way. So f6 takes e5. And I forgot which line we were talking about now because I got distracted by this Human. FG takes king f7. Would you believe that queen d5 is a mistake here? I wouldn't. But it's legit. I mean, what is your idea? Queen check, I go g7. What do you do next? You take the rook, I take yours. What's so good about that for white? DC, says Seb Chess, who is a highly educated dude. And that is the move, ladies. Because once again, what we want to keep in mind is that we do not want to hunt stupid pieces. We want to hunt the king. And so the very idea is that now you go queen d5 check. You're not going after the rook. It's the king, friends. It is the king. So king here, check. King f7, check. And if the king goes back, how do you finish this off? Actually, I don't think this check is necessary. This is where I want a good move. Queen h5, king g7. Do we have knight g5 here? Yeah, I was looking at knight g5 here too. Actually, this position is a lot harder than what it appears to be. I don't think knight g5 is going to cut it because knight f6 defends this, hits this. What you need to do here, guys, is the following. What you want to do is, in this position... By the way, knight g5 wins, and perhaps it's an easier win. Someone said that they wanted to play that. Was that you, Rengao? This is actually an easier move to play, or an easier win to find. Oh, everyone is going like, no, me. Right. Yeah. So the idea with queen d5 check is that what you want to do from here on out is to get into a scenario where you get to play knight g5 with a check. And I think the best way to do that is if you go check, you go check, and you go check. So there's a bit of mucking around to be done here to pave the way for a knight g5 with check. And the point is that after king, let's say king f7, knight g5, now at least you are winning a queen. At the very least. I think king f6 should get mated with rook e6, king g7. Okay, who can find the mate in 2 here? Easy peasy. If I hadn't told you it was made in 2, you wouldn't have found it, right? Because it's such an unusual motif. Or would you have found it? Yeah, that's it. Knight h7, queen g6 next, no matter what. Yes, Epches, that does win too. That does win too. So yeah, knight g5 check and we win. That's it. Okay. So we have got that one figured out too. And now we need to have a look at what happened in the game because I forgot. Ah, this is how the game went. Right. Okay. Knight took. Knight took. Rook took. Is this the game? Yeah. That was the difficult queen d5 line tap in knight. That we needed to zigzag the king to check, or rather check, 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 and then knight check. So the game went actually like this. Take, 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 take. And the queen came down. So this is the actual game. What is your favorite move here for white? There are many checks, and the worst is the most obvious one. Don't you love life? The most obvious check in the position is the worst. That's it. So that queen e5 is the worst. Oh, welcome in, Charlie. And the reason for that is because after bishop e6, the rooks are connected. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for carrying the stream, buddy. Love you. Queen c5 is best. So the idea is that you want to check in a way, and in a way translates in English to utilizing the dark square diagonals so that black can't interpose. And so these guys remain at home. And now black has to navigate a very tough terrain in order to keep both rooks. Right? Because, for example, if I now go to e8, then comes the e5 check picking of the rook. If I go to e6, there comes queen c6 check picking of the other rook. So what you're trying to do is to utilize the fact that both rooks are really vulnerable and check in a way that is going to expose one of them. King f7 only, queen takes c7 check, and at this point black resigned. Now let's try to find out why. What do we do against any of these? Yeah, that is met by queen c6. What do we do against king here? That is still queen c6. What do we do against this? That's a tad bit harder. So how do we win after this move? This is actually a beautiful piece of calculation. I will be very, very impressed if you guys find it. King f6, buddy, is met by the one mover, yeah? Don't tell me one moves. I need the full line. If you want me to accept your answer, it needs to end with a queen capturing one of the rocks. That's it. So don't tell me a single move answer. I need a full line. Thank you, Captopelos. Very, very impressive. Indeed. So, easy peasy. Check. Forces the king to g7. Actually, I will show you the calculation without playing it out. Queen check, king here, and queen check. Centralizing the queen, allowing a variety of checks next. But the main value of queen d4 is that forces the black king back to g8, the only move where it defends the rook. And then you slide up to d5, and now we have the double attack and an absolutely clumsy arrow. Beautiful. Check, check, and check. Shout out to Charlie, who explained to us why queen e5 was bad, and then we could figure out on the back of his genius how to do the rest. That was a 10 times better game than I actually thought it was before I picked it. So, Charlie, that was a genuine compliment. I'm not being a douchebag. Just to be clear. And now we are back to German engineering, which I deeply love. With one very notable exception. And that is the evergreen cluster disaster called Chessbase. Yeah, queen endings can often be a bit of a pain in the bum. Ooh, Stefansson Shirov. That sounds good. No, not good enough. Nihal Sarin Oparin. How is that gonna go? Oh, it's gonna go with what? Oh, it was some rubbish blitz game. Philae, I don't know what world you live in, buddy. But that's actually my job. So that's definitely very high up on the list of strangest questions I have ever received. We are generally speak. Oh, Coinio! Wow! The guy is still alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Coinio still alive. Dude, you need to drop down a little bit on the dating game and spend some time with the peeps who love you from the chess community. I'm all for ladies enjoying the priority, but for goodness sake, man, you can't forget your roots. Actually, that was a very bad figure of speech there. You can't forget your friends. You cannot forget your friends is where I was going with that one. I don't know, Charlie, what Kramnik wrote on Twitter are you referring to, because he writes some utter garbage every single day of the week. Are you referring to him trying to get the attention of the FBI, or are you talking now about the Eva Baron Hikaru stream? Yeah, that was not streamers in general, that was Hikaru. Yeah, look, we have long known that the guy lost the plot. I have nothing to add to that, and I don't intend to turn this beautiful lecture on the Spanish into some catastrophic shit show about drama. Oh, excuse the French there. What is this about the FBI? Well, remember that after he lost to Jospem, he was whinging about the increment time not properly added to his clock, and he claimed to have had video evidence of that, and so he accused, I think, .com with cheating and all that nonsense, and ultimately he started tagging the FBI into it, I believe. Which, let's be honest, is nothing short of fantastic. And if I were that kind of content creator, I would milk the hell out of that situation, because that is so surreal. Like, if someone asks you to write some fiction about chess drama, zero chance on planet Earth anyone could come up with half as good crap as he does. Anyway, back to chess. I regret that I actually displayed the name of the players about this game, because it was an absolute belter and a classic, and I was curious if anyone was going to recognize the game, but unfortunately I gave it away. So now we're just going to admire the chess. Yeah, it is. Rumor has it that it's Carson Belyavsky. Gritty greetings. Wow. I don't recognize the names. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, everyone knows Belyavsky. You should. What a legend. Yeah, Magnus with 2600 looks so weird, right? That's when he skipped kindergarten and accidentally sneaked into a chess tournament hall, and lo and behold, we have a game. Yeah. So, the moral of this game, do not skip kindergarten. There is an absolutely insane analysis somewhere on the internet featuring, funnily enough, Kramnik and Judith Polgar and someone else. I can't remember. Thank you for the follow. I must tell you this story, but unfortunately it's going to be a very lame one because I don't remember the circumstances exactly. And the reason why I'm telling you this, or because it's about a position very similar to this. And I'm going to try to recreate it, but I'm going to do an absolute tragic, terrible job of it. But I want to show you an idea, which is one of the most insane ideas I have ever seen, ever, in chess. Yeah, I apologize in advance. It's gonna be very clumsy. I just want to get to the motive, so I'm playing rubbish moves, right? So please bear with me. So the idea that they displayed in the chat was something to the effect of... Ooh, 4 ads. The black plays knight b3 in a position like this. And I think it must have been the engine that found the idea, but the concept behind it is absolutely just god tier. And I'm gonna hold it a little bit because I think that Twitch is going through an ad phase. It was a friend of mine who showed it to me first, before I think I saw the Judith Kramnik clip. And it is nothing short of just one of those things that you see, and the more you look at it, the more you just go like, this game is an endless source of beauty and joy. So the idea is this. The bishop can't take because of it's a free exchange. And if the pawn takes, it creates this absolutely surreal situation between bishop and rook where nothing can move. So you're just casually playing out a... Oh, Sad Rabbit. Wow, thank you so much, man. You're just playing out a casual game, and white can't undo this. Ever. Ever. Like, you just cannot. Like, you can never move the rook without hanging the bishop, and you can never move the bishop without hanging the rook. And when I played knight b3, the engine's initial eval was 2.5. Right now, we are down to 0.7. And, by the way, for the record, I'm not even quoting this idea in the right context. I just remembered the main motive, which is open a file, bishop, rook like this. Like, when I saw this, and the funny thing is that I think it's really well worth looking up the video, because I think the video goes with something like someone in the studio going like, Judith, you won't believe black's idea here, and Judith in like 5 seconds goes, it's not knight b3, is it? And they go like, what? How did you get that? Like, she's such a genius and a half that as soon as she was given just a tiny hint that there was some absolutely outlandish, crazy idea, she immediately homed in on it and went like, knight b3 maybe? And there you go. Just take. Once again, the context is a bit loose because I don't exactly remember in which line it occurred. But the idea is valid. Like the rook, bishop, pin. It's absolutely crazy city. Ah, yeah. She's great with everything she does. She's an absolute, treasure. So yeah, that's just a side note. I wanted to show you this, but now we are back to the game. Bishop c8 is a pretty ugly move, but makes sense. We want to relocate maybe on g4, more likely on e6. And the b7 bishop with the pawn on d3 was not doing an awful lot. I disagree, Seb. There is life in that line if you play it well. Preach, brother. Here we go. Remember that quite often the d3 Rui Lopez ends up with white playing d4 anyway. Speaking of which, ta-da. Center, baby! Center! Tuck, tuck. And I want you guys to take the lead. Black is dead lost already, by the way. That's the only way to go, Bless. To love the center. If you don't, what are you even doing? By the way, for those of you who are decent humans in the chat, can I ask you to place your bets as to who is going to win Wimbledon, men and women? Federer after. Yeah, thank you. Can you both of you please walk to the corner, face the wall, and do not come back until I give you permission. Knight f5 is a tad too soon, bruv, because e4 is loose. I like it, by the way, so this is so typical, and I love my crew for this, that I ask a serious question, and no one even remotely considered the idea of answering in a serious fashion. But Tiger Woods wasn't mentioned yet, so at least you all named tennis players. Yeah, bishop g5. Bishop g5. Absolutely. Just simple chess, guys. So we don't need to reinvent the wheel when it comes to turning up the heat. And the reason why this requires, by the way, tactical vision is because you need to see the response against h6. No, it's not true, Bless. It's not true. You need it to calculate, because if after h6 you don't play the correct move, then bishop g5 is a complete lemon. I watch football too, so on that note, if you want to place your bets on who wins the Euro, I'm up for that too. Yeah, I was meaning to say that we don't need to reinvent the wheel in general in chess when you have got a position that seems to be very natural and, you know, it lends itself to natural moves, then, yeah, don't try to, you know, sacrifice 700 pieces in one go. Go Bears. Now that is a reference I do not understand. Go Bears. What? You mean gummy bears? Wait a second. Are you telling me... Oh, we have gone down this path, guys, so many times. And to be fair to me, I do get in a lot of trouble when I remind my Australian brothers about this too. So, football is a game where your body is supposed to touch the ball with a particular body part called the, wait for it, drum roll please, the foot! That's right, the foot! What body part is not meant to touch the ball in a game of football? The hands! That's also right. So, if you are telling me about football teams that are playing this game where they are running on a pitch with the ball in their hands, please, for the love of God, do not call that football. Thank you. End of went. How is the USA team doing in the Euro? Yeah, good question. Good question. Bishop G, H4, of course, is the move that we needed to see. Because after G5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, we all see that this is not going to get pretty. American football is just rugby plus soccer, which is correctly known in the world as football, with forward passing added much later. History lesson complete. Yes. It's basically the worst combination of all things. I'm very partial, though, to the Australian things, because rugby, in my opinion, is quite a good sport. Funnily enough, not called football. And the AFL, the Australian football, is... well, it's quite a chaotic thing to watch for someone who has never seen it before and grew up on proper football, incorrectly known as soccer, like me. But it takes a man and a half to play that game well. Yeah, exactly. You know, Tindy, what I'm talking about. Like, those guys are so freaking fit. They run a mile and a half per 10 minutes. It's not... unfortunately, they have to catch the ball with hands too. But boy, the fitness level required to play that game is just off the charts. It really compares to nothing I've ever watched. Yeah, I didn't want to call it out on stream, Twitch, so yeah, I was a bit torn there. Yeah, knight h5 and this knight is a corner. So, as a result of that, poor Belyavsky defaulted to ed4. Bike. Oh, you wanted this? Oh, sheesh.
On your bike. On your bike.
Alright, so how did Maggie put poor Belyavsky on his bike? What's the move, ladies? That is going to wreak havoc here. Yep, Bless on the money. Knight h5, turning up the heat. You got an exclamation mark. Very, very good. I don't think there's anything wrong with e5 either, but I think it's a bit of an overkill. Actually, no, there is quite a bit wrong with it, because now apparently after king h8, we are going to find it harder to get to the black king. Yeah, let's go knight h5 right away. So what's the difference? Can someone educate me? It's a very mundane move that is going to make everyone so sad. Like, I built up for some big climax in the end, and there comes the crude shock. No, it's not knight d4, but we're close. Excusez-moi. Excusez-moi. Like I said, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just keep it simple. Just take back. Pawn e5 is unstoppable. Oh yeah, knight g7 is the backhouse move for sure. No, I dislike knight f6. You don't want to do this unless it's a forced win. Because otherwise, now black is not getting mated. Rook g6 is coming. The attack is over. This is cashing in way too soon. Hoktua! That's it. That's it, baby. That's it. Isn't it absolutely incredible that we live in a day and age when a Sheila goes on camera, says two absolutely unintelligible words with some action afterward, and that crap goes viral like it was made out of gold. Just unbelievable. But credit where credit is due. I found that quite cute and charming, and well, no, it wasn't cute. It was funny. It was funny. See if she wants a chess lesson. Yeah, I was afraid that to open up this can of worms on YouTube, but this is now we are way beyond repairable. So The damage has been done. So, knight h5, Belyavsky took c3. And now comes the genius of Casual Dad. But since no one paid attention to his recommendation, I'm the only one who remembers what he said. And he's not allowed to repeat it. Best move for white. You will not believe what it is. Yeah, I agree with DC being a total failure, but when you're dead lost, at least you take some pawns down with you, right? Oh, bless. I'm pretty sure that Dr. Google is going to sort you out alright on that one. Yeah, knight h4 it is, ladies. Knight h4 it is. We are en route to f5. This is a textbook case of white having all his pieces on the king side and black pieces are stored away on the queen side in an absolutely useless fashion. And the upcoming knight f5 is going to complete this connect 3 on the king side with brutal consequences. Sasha would be a good collab too. Why do I have a feeling that I know that you're not referring to Grishuk when you say Sasha? But I will act like that's what you meant. By the way, double knights on the Rima Grim indeed. Knight f5. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry guys. I do not know who that person is. Actually, after knight f5, Belyavsky resigned. Nothing to do against g7. Yeah, figure skater that is. Yep, that's it. Let's go with that. Actually, you know what, guys? An idea occurred to me. Now that we are doing Rui Lopez one.
Can I show you my epic swindle?
I can't find the game I was looking for. Can you show me my epic swingle? Swingle? Wow. Yes, you can. Alright, what do I do now? Well, I don't promise you I'm gonna put it on stream unless it represents some value. Okay, let me have a look at this game. Sad rabbit. Why do you play this garbage opening, bruv? Don't do this, please. Yeah, I will refrain from showing this to chat, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That was a lovely comeback, but it's lacking a little bit in quality for our purposes, if you don't mind me saying that. Okay, I changed my mind. It is a sensational game. I'm gonna show it on the stream. As a matter of fact, Sad Rabbit, I'm going to... Wait a second. That was 3,000 bits? Hello? Wait a second. I'm gonna write a novel about you. Shish kebab. Okay, Sad Rabbit. You know what? I'm gonna turn it into a lesson, brother. Woo! I nearly lost my... yeah. I don't know what. Everything. So, ladies and gentlemen. Sad Rabbit. The hero of the day. 3,000 titties, which I nearly overlooked. You bloody hero. Thank you so much. I hope you are still here. You totally are in charge of what I'm doing now. Bishop f4. So, Jabava London, yeah? Ah, buddy! Go e4. e4. Never let that pawn slip. So early. So yeah, e4 all the time. Bishop b4. Queen d2. That's a very subtle idea to double pin yourself. I'm not sure what the motivation was, but we will roll on. f3 is alright. I don't know about bishop b5. I would have either just gone ganko with g4 here. Or just bishop d3, knight e2 and play chess. This is gonna be target. It's gonna become a target on b5 and also... Yeah, it's just loose. And you don't want to trade here, so what's the purpose, right? And now we are gonna struggle with this. I love how you go like, struggle? What are you talking about, bruv? Queen sack it is. Queen sack. Okay. Yeah, alright. I really like you, man, because you're not afraid of parting with the lady in hope of a better life after. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. And that was not a live reference. I'm not sure why we're not taking this, but I'll take your word for it. Okay. Okay. Ladies, get ready. Woo! The heat is on. The heat is on. Okay, how is this going? Why? Why not? Can we keep the file? Why are we not keeping the file, bruv? I so want you to succeed now, buddy. I'm emotionally invested with this stuff now. Yeah, that hurts. Ladies, this position is now +3. +3. Because after knight a4, there's no way to stop the mate. If take, it's mate. That's it. Game over. Thank you for coming on your bike.
That is eye candy of note.
Our good friend, the Mad Rabbit, is an eye candy of note. Sad Rabbit, rather. Oh boy! You missed some glory. But wait for it. I will show you something that will make your 3,000 TDs worth this whole shebang. Sad Rabbit, are you ready? Watch this, baby. Knight a4. I wanted to challenge his knight with my knight, but that's what I'm doing. You didn't. You played e4, bruv. That's not my definition of challenging the horse, eh? This is. Anyway, check this out, love. Check this out. Knight a4, horsey goes back. Horsey goes in. Ready? Deep breath. Get ready. Queen c8. b6, baby. Come at me, bruv. Dude, if you had played knight a4, I swear to God, I would have put this on YouTube. Well, actually, it is on YouTube, so there we go. And now it's mate in 4. Tuck. Check. Check that out, baby. Woo! What a time to get a raid from Nate Brady as well. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, all raiders. We are looking at the legend. The man, the legend. Sad Rabbit. I don't know what you mean by knight a6, but that is pinned. And that is also pinned. Woo! What a time for the Nate Brady Raiders to join the party. Once again, thank you, buddy. I don't know if... Yeah, someone sent you a shout out. Please go ahead, guys, and check out Nate, who's providing lifelong entertainment on his channel too. We hope that you had an absolute banger over there. Just like this attack. Check this out. Knight a4. Knight back, and we go forward like chess players go. Oh, man, that is so beautiful. So I show you the mate. Check. Forces the king to the a file. Double check. Forces the king back. And disappointingly, this is a bit of a mundane checkmate. I was hoping for something sexier than that when we got to b6. But we don't have anything over the top kind of mate here, unfortunately. By the way, Raiders, please don't forget to smash the follow button. Oh, buddy. What a mate it would have been. So, how did it end? Let's go e4, g5. Okay, so Sad Rabbit, the one and only lesson, if there's nothing you learn from this game, is that we do not, I repeat, we do not go backwards. Which is a very funny time to give you this piece of advice, because right now you totally have to. But instead of e4, which didn't really have any value, knight a4 was the way to go. Yeah, that was an interesting point in the game, because now the king is ready to run, right? So instead of allowing that, in fact forcing it, we could have gone knight c3. And now the queen is a bit short of squares. Because if they go somewhere and you do this, now you can go after that thing. Oh, Sad Rabbit, you're too generous, buddy. You are too generous. Way too generous. Anyway, let's go back. Because I feel like some... Ooh, we missed knight c3 here too. That's a big fat tempo, man. That was a big fat tempo. Okay, so Schach. Schach. And Sad Rabbit goes Tal here. Full on Tal. Bishop takes. Let's suffice to say, Sad Rabbit, there would have been chess players around who would have opted for check and bishop takes b6. But not you, man. Not you. You went, give it to me, baby. And then check. I mean, hands up for seeing a knight fork and finding the only move that actually walks into it. So the legal moves win for black, the illegal one wins for white. That was marvelous. And now we are in a drawish looking rook endings, but now the tension is so high, man. Like, we really need to know what happened here. This is nothing short of a Hitchcockian script. A key concept in any rook ending, by the way, is to give at least 500 checks without any purpose whatsoever. It's always gonna do the trick. Wait. Okay, never mind. I was saying ghosts. Okay, so did you win this? Is it Sad Rabbit the Magician? Did we actually win this? I'm dying to know what the heck is going down here. Ooh! Okay, so with G3 we guaranteed that now we are the ones getting mated, because as long as we keep the pawn here, when the two rooks come down here, we can always skip out here. Escape. Not skip, escape. But after G3, my friend, now comes Rook F3 and yeah. We entomb the king, we allowed Rook F3. Oh, endgame technique. Ouch! Urgh. Wait, are you winning this? What? This game should have been in rating roulette, guys. Okay, so King D4 wins for black. Just for the record, yeah? King F5 now botched it to a draw. Now King F2 draws, G4 loses. This was absolutely begging for rating roulette, by the way. And now we can, after King F6, comfortably resign the game. By the way, thanks for the follows. I can hear them, but I can't see them. Okay, that throws away the win. Now it's a draw. Now it's still a draw. In fact, I cannot possibly figure out how black can lose as long as we play King F6 next. Like, it's physical impossibility. I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Everyone saw this genius coming. Now King F7, King F1 was totally unnecessary. You should have just gone. But luckily for you, it didn't make a difference. Jimmer Monroe, thank you for the YouTube sub. I mean, hello. Let's check out the mating technique. I'm curious. Yeah, Queen G2 is definitely on point. Yeah. And Hank 2020 also thank you. Was this in Van Perlo? No, but it should have been, although there was no tactic in the end other than just a blunder fest. Look, I apologize for initially dismissing your proposition for me to have a look at this game. Easily the best stuff we looked at today, hands down. So thank you, as well as thank you for the 3,000 titties. That was very, very generous of you. Thank you. That was...
Can I show you a miniature from when I used to play chess?
Oh, piss off, Tindy. Like, why are you giving me... Wow, that's so much money. Thank you, guys. I'm very humbled. Yes, you can. Why do I have a very strong feeling that Tindy is gonna chuck in some tile game from, you know, some database? Oh wow, I just closed the stream, so now I can't see the chat. That was super talented of me. Let me get that back up. Sorry, ladies. Did Tindy send me the game? Okay, Tindy, while you are looking for the game, I will get some mukbang material because I'm starving, so I will heat up my lunch. In the meantime, I'm going to show you guys a study to solve, which I came across the other day. I may have put it up already on the stream, so if I did so, please forgive me. But yeah, let's get a bit of mukbang action. Sanchez, thanks for tuning in. Okay, white to move and win, ladies. White to move and win. Mukbang incoming. Bear with me. Nearly set for the mukbang, guys. Nearly set. One sec. Alright. I wouldn't want Tindy's 3,000 titties to go to waste, so let's go mukbang. Okay, Tindy game has been received and mukbang kickoff is on the go. Mrs. made a sensational shepherd's pie last night. And yeah, let's go. Sorry. Yeah, king d2. Sensational. F2, rook here, or g2 doesn't make any difference. And you check the pawns down. Only way. Only way. Alright, so we have Tindy. We have Tindy, ladies and gentlemen. Oopsie daisy. Wrong link. Wrong link. Here we go. Right link. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Alright, Tindy. Uncorking the Esserman defense. Is Taka a wood for food? Yeah, Taka. That's it. Bishop c4, legal. Would I do it though? I guess. I guess. Okay. Just a heads up. Yeah, I thought that there is a better move here than Bishop c4. Yeah, Queen d4. Do I know Junta Ikeda? He was my longest lasting student in my entire life, buddy, so I guess the answer is yes. I guess the answer is yes. Queen d4. Tuk. Okay, Renga was showing off his SRman knowledge, so I'm going to do that. Check this out. Take, here, 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 and here. That move is how you score multiple girlfriends at the same time. If that's your thing, that is. Right, yeah, okay, Bishop c4, 97, Bishop g5. Now, Tindy, if you are still here, heads up to you that generally black is not averse to playing f6 at all, and so you shouldn't provoke that. Did it reach me? The Japanese? No. 94, great chess. Knight b5, 96 incoming. Very good. Please tell me you're gonna throw in some knight f5 soon. Okay, this is good. I like it. It's aggro. Tindy is good at understanding the fact that you're not meant to go backwards in chess. This food is bloody insane. Oh, hello. Hello, sexy human. Oh my god, this makes me want to ask for your phone number, mate. I mean, my eating is incredibly sexy. Your chess is incredibly sexy. This has to be a match made in heaven. I disagree with you. This is the natty move because it keeps the king in the middle. What is the natty move according to you here? Jeez, that was epic, man. Let me celebrate with a mouthful of shepherd's pie. I think wiping your mouth at any given time during mukbang is against the rules. No, the amateur doesn't want royal fork. Well, the bad amateur wants. You mean bishop e6? Which is like a total blunder for 17 reasons, made in knight d4. I agree, knight e6 is the one. That's brilliant, man. And now chook. What? They resigned here? No! No, that's BS, man. They are not meant to do that. They were so supposed to allow you to play it out. But yeah.
On your bike.
On your bike.
On your bike.
Alright, Tindy, send me another one. Send me another one. Wow. Tindy, aka Twitch Up Imps. So the idea for the viewers why they resigned is because rook a1 check is incoming. b8 with which piece? Knight b8. Well, woo! Brazy, just on time, buddy. No, because that's against the rules of don't ever go backwards, yeah? Sad rabbit. What the heck, man? Wow. You are stepping up to top donor after Chess on Earth. No, you don't. So the point is that
He's me being less cringe. 0.92% bullet.
yeah, bullet, terrible, man. Okay, Krolauer, going back is a cardinal sin in chess. It doesn't do anything because when you go to d7, we take it, yeah? And all we achieved is that now we're losing even more. Knight e4 is a crafty attempt to plug the hole. The problem with it is that I don't have to take it. I can just go after it with the rook. No one said it was mate, but a chess game is not over at checkmate necessarily, you know? Like, when Real Madrid is up 22-0 against the Canberra United at the 60-minute mark, we know it's over. We don't need to wait it out to the 90 minutes. Same goes for this. It's not mate per se. It's just that black can't avoid catastrophic losses. Queen c3, then I can take d4 and pin you. I will show you this because it's actually quite cute. Just take, and rook d1. Oh shit, this is check. Okay, never mind. Rook f3 it is. Sorry, my bad. That was a good call. I missed this. Queen c5, bishop e3 is a win. In an over-the-board game, an actual checkmate? I don't think I ever had one. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I played an over-the-board mate. Like, literally it would have been... Yeah, I don't remember ever. Honestly. I don't think I ever played a FIDE rated game. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Oh, Blitz for sure, but that wasn't the question. Nah, this is over, buddy. Just take. Rook c3. Anyway, on to the next game by Brazy. I didn't understand what Sad Rabbit said with heading to the parking lot to avoid traffic at that point. Was that a joke of some sort that I didn't catch, or are you suggesting that you're leaving? Joke, it's over. Okay. I thought so, but I wanted to clarify. Wait a second, so there was a Brazy game which was... a bit of a trick, because it's a Lichess game for some reason, which I now need to figure out how to convert. PGN. Okay. Here we go. We love you at Lichess. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Brazy against Cantanna. Who is Cantanna? Can someone tell me who Cantanna is? OTB, I don't remember ever playing checkmate. Ever. Question mark, exclamation mark, hello? Okay, I need to check this out now. Yeah, CPU is cruel, right? I'm curious what it would do if I played e5. What does that get? Nothing. Brazy, are you playing my opening repertoire here? Or you were just winging it? Because if you are playing my line, you are supposed to play h3 and then bishop d3. h3 is very important to deny bishop g4. Her husband is an IM, they live in Latvia. But who is she? Like, what's her civil name? Can someone tell me that? Oh, it's Anna Cantane. Okay. I think I've seen her streaming before. Yeah, so my course goes with b5. Knight takes b5, knight takes e4, bishop e4, rook e8, bishop g5. No, I'm lying. It's castle, rook e4, and then bishop g5. This is the main line of my course, and white gets some real vicious attack here. Queen d7, knight back, rook back. And the idea is to exploit the very, very poor development here, trying to jump in here, here, and so on. It's, in my opinion, it's a very annoying line to play because black doesn't have the usual Benoni things going for them. Shaitan dude, thank you so much for the subby. I've always struggled with... Yeah, but the point is that this is not Benoni for most intents and purposes, because most Benoni setups will feature you having a pawn on e4, black playing rook e8, and playing for a6, b5, And all of those things are gone in the line that I recommend, which I think is a very, very cunning idea. Yeah, this is screaming that you are winging this. It's really, really time, buddy, to stop b5, because otherwise we'll get in trouble here. Yeah, no. No. That is a big, big no. And also, the reason why you're playing it, I'm guessing, is to trade this bishop. Also a big no. Because this is your good bishop, my friend. You want to keep this? Yeah, but the reason why you're getting in trouble, Brazy, is because you are getting yourself into trouble without your opponent having to do anything for it. So instead of this, which is really ugly and purposeless, you should be either playing here a4 to deny b5 or play queen to g3, where at least you are targeting something. And by the way, here black is actually in a bit of a pickle, because it's not so easy to cover this up. Because if knight e5, you can actually take this, transposing the structure into one where there is a pawn on e5. So now both of these bishops are catastrophic, but yours has a somewhat greater scope at least. So now you can play a4, a5, knight here, play against the c5 pawn, yada yada yada. But queen e3 is just, yeah, completely misunderstanding what's going on. Yeah, this is terrible. Don't do it. By the way, I do have a YouTube video about the secrets of the fianchetto bishop, which I guess you haven't watched, where I explain when it's a good idea to trade this and when it's not a good idea. Can someone link it for us? Even Anish Giri liked that video, by the way. So it must be semi-decent. Okay, I will let this slide. Thank you, it's already there. But I'm not sure if this was necessary. This is a typical move that makes your opponent happy. Careful with knight e2 because it hangs this pawn here. But the point I'm making is that b4 may not be a good idea at all for black. And so why are we stopping it? Actually, we can go here and here, by the way, because there's a pin here. Yeah, maybe. So maybe we can go knight e2 right away. Yeah, fair enough. I will back off, because knight here is actually looking quite dicey with f3 to follow. Yeah, I stand corrected on this one. So, long story short, b4 is not a threat. So why would you stop it if it's not threatening? Okay. Now I would go f4 and queen d4 or something along those lines. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, f4 is a no-brainer here, Brazy. Once again, if this move doesn't come to you like first candidate, I would say miswired principles or miswired chess, because f4 e5, bruv, center. Dude, Brazy paid up like a madman. Hello? 5 gifted sub, didn't you hear it? Why would you think that I'm singling you out? That's right, we all play f4 when it's bad. Brazy, that was a huge miss, man. f4 with b e5 and you're playing for a win now. Why are we trading queens? I don't get this. Oh, you found two. Can you link them? Can you link them? Yeah, that was terrible. That was really, really bad. Brazy. Dude, like, why this? What is this move? That is so sad. Oh, mate. You can't play worse than this. It's impossible. What, did you walk into a knight fork? Oh yeah, okay, I stand corrected. Like, dude, f4, you want the pawns to be on the opposite color than your bishop. I would pay you money with black if you to play this. That's terrible. Because now look at the dark squares, mate. Like, I go g5, knight e5, I'm gonna kill you. But also note, by the way, that it's I don't know what made you go for a queen trade. The psychology of the queen trade, by the way, is that lower rated players, especially when the gap is as significant as here, they tend to think that when they transpose into an endgame or they stir the game toward an endgame, they have a better chance to survive. Which is totally wrong. Because if your position is, let's say, dead equal, right? You are far more likely to be outplayed in an endgame by a higher rated player than with queens on. Because generally speaking, lower rated players play queenless positions far worse than with queens on. Far worse. Take case in point, first move after queens come off, f3. I would give it a double question mark if I was your coach. That's a shocker. Okay. Hello, en passant. What? What? Okay, so we blunder a piece and then we blunder a rook just to ensure that the picture is full. If you could blunder the knight now, I'm gonna play it through hoping for the knight blunder just to see that we can throw it away all. Well, they hunted it down, but it wasn't a blunder. Hey, knight. Alright, my dude. So, what we need to do in order to improve your chess. The first thing is that you need to get the club players 1d4 repertoire, which will teach you to play h3 here. Second thing you need to know is to watch my YouTube video about why not to trade this bishop here. Third, you need to embrace the concept of playing chess in the center instead of trading queens for no reason. 50B free KK, thank you, buddy. And finally, kudos to you for showing a game that you lost. Yeah, like you really seriously need to sit down with yourself and reflect on questions like, why did I do this instead of this? Because this kills the game, leads to an endgame which is clearly inferior to you. This keeps all the fire in the position, allows you to play for an e5 push, which makes it a very exciting game with a lot of potential to win. These are your reflections. We also need to reflect on, why is Sad Rabbit such an awesome supporter? Do I deserve it? And the only answer is a hopefully. Intervention. Yeah. Well, I can't say sit down with your coach because I don't know if you have one. And I am acting now as a coach and you can't have a sit down with me. So you need to have a sit down with yourself. Having a sit down with oneself means that you're taking this seriously. He has got a cool name. Who? Sad Rabbit or Brazy or Tindy, aka Twitch. You don't have a coach. Well, I just did their job now for you. Who is that? By the way, Tikaru, you haven't submitted my checkmates. Oh, here we go. Uno and dos. Oh, wow. Apparently, I checkmated a 2380, dude. Far out. Oh, and that was the little girl in Spain. Oh, boy. I remembered actually this one, but this is not a rated game because she was unrated. This is one of the most embarrassing chess stories of my life. I already did it on stream once, but I will show it to you again because this was so sad. I felt so bad about this. No, you're welcome, Brazy. You're welcome. Sackfolk, I don't know who you are talking to, but you're welcome. So, I'm playing in the first round of a junior tournament, which had some absolutely insane prize money, by the way, for back at the time. So it attracted the better part of Europe's junior scene at the time, and some outside of Europe. It was in Spain. We, by the way, drove there from Hungary to Spain without stopping on the way. It was like a 20-something hour trip with like 2 grown-ups and 4 boys, so 5 boys in a van, like a minivan, that did not have any windows in the back that you could wind down. AC was there for sure, but no windows down. So we were in that thing for like 28 hours solid. By the 20th hour, it stank like crazy, man. Anyway, so I'm playing in the first round, and I'm playing against a Spanish girl who wouldn't have been more than 7. And her father is standing right behind her throughout the whole game to ensure that she's writing down the moves correctly, that, you know, she doesn't do anything silly. The whole thing was just cute, like really cute. And then the game begins, and this is how we go. And at this point, I take e4. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, this poor girl is gonna take on f3, which is mating 1 with knight f6. She's not gonna see it's a double check, and she will want to take my queen. Right? Sure enough. She plays bishop takes f3. I play knight takes f6. I look at her with an awkward smile of, you know, thank you, it was a fun game, yada yada yada. And she reaches for her bishop and takes my queen. At which point the father steps in and starts to explain to her in Spanish that this is a double check, and in fact the game is over. Poor bugger, like you could tell that it didn't quite sink in for her that what was happening. I felt so sorry for the little girl. Oh man, like she was already reaching for my queen very enthusiastically, that yeah, we'll take down the big guy. And I'm like, oh shit, man, like this is so sad. I felt so bad for her. Yeah, that was that. So that was one of my checkmates on record. The other one was a Hungarian team championship match against a very high rated opponent, almost 2400 FIDE actually. I am with the black. Okay, this is how you not play chess, by the way, against the 4 knights. Because bishop b4 is already advantageous to black. I don't remember this game. So I keep on not taking the pawn sack because I'm worried about this queen g4 double attack. Don't be afraid of this, by the way. As long as they can't immediately play bishop f4, and even if they can, very often knight e5 cancels it out. And now a6, b5 is coming. Yep. Oh boy, that's fugly. But now I think I was ready to take the pawn. So they went back to a3. I totally have no recollection of this game. And now I didn't want to take because the 2 knights is so bad. I just want to pull back and then go for b4. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about that, Funny. It's mostly in bed. Yeah, so now we are going after the bishop. So the idea is, what do we do after h3? By the way, Sad Rabbit, after this I'm going to call it a day and raid someone. And since you have been incredibly generous, you can decide who we are raiding. Exactly, Blast is on fire. e5. That's it. Take, and the queen can't retake because of the pin. Otherwise, g4 drops. Game is over. King h1 played. Bishop c5. Still going after the dark squares. The threat now is knight e3. Obtaining the dark square bishop. Take creates a double threat. And as such, it's not playable. h3 played. Knight e3. Getting the 2 bishops. And now I have got a fantastic position. Yeah. That is a dream, Sicilian. Like both knights are poop. e4 is loose. Bishop b7 coming. If that's what you want, buddy, that's what you are going to get. g6. Why did I do... Oh, yeah, because I want to go knight h5. I actually was quite a decent player, guys, back in the day. I don't know if rook e8 was necessary, but it's a good looking move. Please tell me I played d5 here. Oh, knight h5. Okay. Well, provoking that was a success. Okay, that is lame as. What am I doing? I guess I didn't like d5, maybe because of take and then here, but knight e4. This looks good. Yeah, I should have played d5 here. The engine wants me to play queen b8, by the way. But I like d5. I can't believe I didn't play d5. Queen a8 is also a move. Jesus, man, what? Oh, okay, I stepped out of knight d3. But that was also weird. Nah, I wasn't playing this part of the game well at all. In fact, now white is a little bit ahead. Yeah, this is just sticking around. Wow, this is bad chess. Finally, d5. Jeez Louise, okay. d4, yep, let's go. Let's go. Ooh, that was dirty. Okay, now that is neat. Hanging the pawn and then coming in. Actually, rook d8 first and then coming in for the king. That's neat. That's neat. That is good chess. Rook c3, please. No, check right away. Oh, it's mate already. Jeez Louise. Okay, never mind. I didn't realize that I already had this. Now this, ladies, I'm proud of. That pawn second d4 with rook c8 and then obtaining the files and ranks. Solid. That's solid. That's solid chess. It's already +6. -6, whatever. Ironically, this is not best. I had this move here apparently. Wow. So we took... Chat is dead, by the way. I don't know why the chat is dead. And now I'm having a dual threat. Well, queen f3. I'm not so sure about this one. There is work to be done here. Because of the back ring mate, yeah? So I wouldn't have gone down that way. I think I did it better. Thank you, Tapir Knight. Please leave a comment and yeah. tell YouTube to get stuff because they don't do anything for my videos. I figured out. Here comes the mate, ladies. Ready? That's your checkmate. Played out on a chessboard, on a physical board, against an almost 24 hando. I hardly ever played on professional wooden boards. Back in the day, they were not a thing. At all. Like, I played the vast majority of my time on crappy plastic sets that I hated. Yeah, I'm streaming to YouTube, so it will stay on YouTube. Yes, Brazy. Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we gotta call it a day. We had an absolute banger, but our time is up. I need to go to continue recording Chessabel. And since... yeah, you're welcome. Since Sad Rabbit wanted Danya, he's getting Danya. Thanks for the generous dono, Sad Rabbit, Brazy, and all the other subbies, Tikari, Casual Dad. You rock. And Tindy as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I might be back tomorrow, so yeah. Stay tuned. Love you all. Take care. Bye. Well, not bye yet, but soon.